We have arrived. This is Route 941, brought to you by the world's greatest shoe store, Greenlee Shoe.
This is Dennis. Glad you're riding shotgun with me as we travel our region to find the best in local country music. In this segment of Route 941, I get to chat with my friend Tristan Horncastle. Now, for a fellow that just lives up the road in Fredericton, he's made quite a stir in the country music world. Now, as I speak with him, he's just finished playing a game of hockey at the rink, and he's driving home after leaving the drive-thru to get a coffee. Here's my conversation with one of the best in our region, Tristan Horncastle. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much. Another year older and deeper in debt.
Somebody should write a song about that, right?
I think that would be a good title.
Straight off the top, when did you first fall in love with music? When did it bite you good?
Well, probably when I was about 2 on the coffee table in my underwear with a cowboy hat on and a guitar in my hand.
Man, unfortunately, I'm picturing that now.
Right. Well, I'm sorry for that. You ask a question, you get the God's honest answer. So
there you go.
I think it definitely started for me then. I started singing solos at church when I was 6 and got my first guitar when I was 11. And, just kind of went from there. I learned to play. My uncle Jimmy Brown down in Chipman taught me some chords, and I've been in love with it ever since. Grew up to music, and whether it was in the backseat of the car or home, our radio was always on. And it was always, big, massive 90s fan still to today. My phone is full of 90s country, and I just absolutely love it. Country music's always been where it's home for me.
Now, you mentioned all the great 90s artists like Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn. Who would you say is the first country artist that you really kind of got your attention?
Well, there's 2, and it's Johnny Cash and George Jones.
There you go. The staples right there, right?
Yeah, and you know what, man? It's I can remember being so young, and just the Johnny Cash beat locked me in, and then to George Jones. I still listen to him almost daily now. I had the honors of a few years ago doing a George Jones tribute tour with Sammy Kershaw and Georgette Jones, George's daughter.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, right. Goosebumps still thinking about it, man. And she joined me on stage my last song in St. Stephen. We opened the show, and I asked her if I could play a George Jones song, and she said absolutely, she'd be honored. And I said I'd like to play Choices. And she surprised us on stage with a microphone to sing harmonies on the choruses. So
that's great.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, man. Something I'll live with forever. And it was very cool. Got a double disc from Sammy Kershaw. He only had 500 of them made, and he signed it to me and thanked me for being on the road with him. And it was a full-blown tribute double album to George of Sammy doing all George's songs. So it was amazing.
Sammy can sing,
amazing singer.
Now, let's talk about you for a second here. Back just a couple of years ago, things really took off for you in a big way. Back in 2014, I remember, I think that was when I first heard a little bit of All Right. It was actually being played right here on Country 94. You got some great airplay just from our station with that one song in particular. In fact, I think it got you a top 40 hit, and in 2015, you got some awards out of that as well. You got the Music NB Award for the album, Country Artist and Recording of the Year, and you also got some nominations for Rising Star back at the CCMAs. That was a good year for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad year at all, man. Very thankful for the support, but it was some overwhelming years for sure with a little bit of All Right. Peaked at number 32 in the Canadian country charts, and huge thanks to Country 94 for that. It's been a whirlwind, man, and it's been the support has been, like I say, overwhelming, and the fan makes me dig down deep and keep doing what I love.
That's not bad for a young fellow from Fredericton, right?
We'll take it.
It all comes down to the art that you're putting out. That's what it's all about,
right.
The stories and the music.
Yep, that's right. Being so traditional makes it harder. I'm very traditional country, and being one from the East Coast, too, being very traditional country and kind of straying from the formula and the mainstream that everybody's doing definitely makes it tougher. But I believe in sticking with my roots, and if it happens for that reason, great. If it doesn't, well, we took a shot. And I remember leaving a full-time pension job in 2013 for yearly of absence, and I said I never wanted to be 60 years old telling my grandkids I wished I had tried it, that I was going to make it happen. So yeah, so it's been a great ride.
That's a great story, Tristan. I mean, there's we know so many people in the same circles, musicians that are out there trying prior to COVID, that are out there trying to get their shot and trying to earn it and trying to get recognized. You took that chance. You took the leave from work.
Right.
That had to be scary.
Scary wasn't the word. It was, I didn't know how I was going to do it, and I just wasn't stopping there. So I made an appointment with the mayor of our city, Mr. Brad Woodside, and I had a chat with him. And he's like, man, step right in my office. And he said he had a band when he was a kid, and he said, I'm absolutely going to give you a leave of absence and go chase this thing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, very, very fortunate. I just felt like it was where it was what I needed to do at the time, and jumped all over it. So just fortunate, man, to have a team.
You've got a bunch of people that believe in you. I know that Aaron Goodvin is a good friend of yours, and he's certainly got a lot of faith in you, too.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate there, man. He's a great songwriter, a great artist, great human being, and we've had a great best of buds friendship, for going on almost 10 years now. And our management team had pitched me to Warner, and they heard our 4 new singles that we've got cut right now, ready to go, and they had called back and said, you know what, we want to fly to Toronto and hear you play in our office and go from there. So the plan was that for that to happen last April, and thanks to the big COVID train, we're still on hold, just kind of waiting.
Now, the good news is now that vaccines are being distributed and they're starting to roll out, can you feel it? Things are starting to feel a little bit lighter in the world.
Absolutely. It's a huge weight lifted.
So what's it going to be like when you, Tristan Horncastle, get to step on stage with that guitar and face the crowd for that next time? What's that going to feel like?
Oh, man, you have no idea.
I want to be in that crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Super stoked. Now, it hasn't been announced yet, but we just kind of locked some things down today. But it's looking like May 14th. We're going to be at the Fredericton Playhouse. So yeah, very excited, man. They normally hold 700 and some people. They hold 246 now due to COVID restrictions, but we're hoping to the Playhouse and radio's going to blast this thing out there, and we're hoping to jam this thing full, man, and do a nice full couple-hour show with a few guests, and
so it feels normal again.
Can't wish for it quick enough.
Tristan Horncastle, thanks so much for chatting with me here on Route 941 on Country 94.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thanks for having me, and wash your hands, wear that mask, and let's keep our social distance and get past this thing.
On Route 941 from his second album, Turning Up a Sundown, here's Tristan Horncastle with Drinkin Girl on Country 94.
I had plans tonight. Wasn't going nowhere. The boys picked me up and brought me here, and now I'm drinking this beer because I saw you in the bonfire glow. I said, now there's a girl I gotta get to know. You got me sipping on your beautiful buzz, tripping like I'm falling down drunk, 'cause it feels a whole lot like love. Just looking at you got me thinking I ain't ever gonna find another one like you in this world. That's why I'm drinking girl. I really don't know what's in that cup. When it hits your lips, it's a little too much and it's messing me up. I think I wanna find out just what it is and taste it off to the end of a kiss. You got me sipping on your beautiful buzz, tripping like I'm falling down drunk, 'cause it feels a whole lot like love. Just looking at you, you got me thinking I ain't ever gonna find another one like you in this world. That's why I'm drinking girl, drinking girl. me sipping, sipping, sipping on your beautiful buzz. Tripping, tripping like I'm falling down drunk. 'Cause it feels a whole lot like love. Just looking at you. You got me thinking, thinking, thinking I ain't ever gonna find another one like you in this world. That's why I'm drinking, girl. Drinking, girl. Drinking, girl. Drinking, girl.
Thanks for riding with me as we check our region to find the best in local, original country music. Come back again next week and I'll feature another artist. Route 941 is brought to you by the world's greatest shoe store, Greenlee Shoe and Country 94.